It's the Hip Hop Gamer Show. What it is, Hip Hop Gamer Show.
Yo, what's up? It's the one and only Hip Hop Gamer, Hot 97, gangster right now. Look, man, if you don't know who this dude is, then you're not a gamer. Period. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Cliff, God bless you, dog. What's going on, dog? Everything good? I'm blessed, man, but I'm even more blessed because I actually got a chance to play Lawbreakers back at PAX and stuff like that.
Yep,
and
we have new stuff today.
Nah, I can't wait to check it out. But the first thing I want to tell you, and I told you this at the Pack the Party, is like, how are you guys able to like truly get this up and running so fast, so smooth? This game, before it's done, is actually better and performs better than a lot of games that actually goes gold and get released.
It's really a few things. The first thing is you know, I was retired for a while. I got bored. I can only like drink so many craft beers and get fat by my pool. So then I'm like, if I'm going to start this company, if I'm the Tony Stark of video games, I need to form my Avengers. So I found my Iron Man, I found my Hulk, I found my Black Widow, I found everybody involved, found a team of badasses who just believe a culture of no BS. And then I knew from the get-go exactly what I wanted to build. I want to build a game about gangs fighting with various weapons in variable gravity over futuristic drugs. And that's kind of the future of what it is, right? And so it's basically, you know, the organized law enforcement of the law versus the organized gangs of the breakers, the law versus the breakers, all breaking the law of gravity.
Yo, that's crazy. Damn, I love you. Because the way you articulate it, you make a person that's not a gamer want to be one. Yeah, well, and I love that.
A lot of what the genesis of the game comes out of just things throughout my life. Like when I was a kid, I'd have this nightmare. I'd be sitting on my front lawn and like gravity would reverse. And Optimus Prime would go flying up, you know, into the clouds, and I'd be hanging onto the grass like, oh crap, I hope I don't get sucked up into the air, right? And then years ago, I had a chance to do the zero-G flight, which is a plane that does like 45 degrees up and then 45 degrees down, and you actually get to tumble in zero-G for 45 seconds at a time. And there was not a person not smiling on that plane. It's an insane thing to do. Hopefully Nexon Marketing pays for the team to do it at some point. My whole point is, like, what would happen if you were to fire a weapon behind you in zero-G, like a rocket launcher? It would actually send you flying forward. And so that's kind of the core of what we were doing. And then I wanted to make a game that had characters and abilities, but didn't look like it was for a young set. You know, there's a lot of these games out there right now have this kind of candy look to them, where these characters that almost look like anime, they look like, you know, it's like cute characters for kids and whatnot. And you know, I like them, and they're a lot of fun, but I want to make a game that has like DEA agents, ex-cons, assassins, things like that, like kind of the Quentin Tarantino version of it.
Oh, Quentin, I'm glad you said that. Now, I'm going to say this. In the world of console and in the world of PC, what has been the difference, you know, from your work on Gears of War and your work building Lawbreakers, from a business standpoint and from a fan standpoint? What's been the big difference?
Well, the first thing is Gears of War. I played the new one. I've seen it. It looks really, really great. Gave Rod a good hug last night. He's a good friend still. He was at my wedding. Gears isn't that vertical because you're dealing with a controller. Lawbreakers is the inverse of that. It's completely vertical. Gears was a stop and pop game. Lawbreakers is what I call go and flow. You're just always moving and always kind of gliding through the environment, right? And when it comes to a business standpoint, on the PC, if we need to push an update through, we don't have to go through Sony or Microsoft. We don't have to deal with all of their rules that say, oh, we need to make sure this works properly. It's like, no, you know what? If we want to have 1,000 servers that test out a new map that's just a gray box, we can do that now. So we can be incredibly agile on the PC. Will we be on consoles? I don't know, man. You know, PC first, and then we'll see how much money Sony and Microsoft want to back up the truck with.
Yo, this is real, and this is good information, like, period. Now, I want to ask you this, man. In the world of hip-hop, Hot 97 is a music station and stuff like that. One of the things that I love about games is the music. It sets the tone and the feel. When you get that kill, you hear pap, and then the music is going, that energy is good. So, can you talk about the soundtrack of this game and what you want it to feel like in terms of how you're moving vertically along with that sound? Walk me through that soundtrack.
Well, so what we're going with, it's the music style is more of like a John Williams type of movie, right? It's more of like a Hollywood blockbuster type vibe. And so the thing about a multiplayer shooter like this, especially with us making a core type of FPS, is a lot of the core players turn that off. It's really messed up because when you're in the flow of the game and the tension's building and you want to actually really feel the music going and it adds to the sweaty palms and all that feeling. So what we're doing in the game is kind of having a hybrid where sometimes I'd say about half of the match there's no music, but when the music kicks in, you know stuff's going on. We use music as an indicator to tell you that the match is about to end or the match is about to begin or things are about to get serious.
Now, from a customization standpoint, and we all know the culture of PC and mods and stuff like that, is there anything that you see in the characters that you have there now that made you want to say, hey, maybe if we allow users to do this and play with this, it'll probably end up being a better game and a more used game? Have you ever thought about that?
The thing that people forget is the MOBA genre, League of Legends and whatnot, started as a Warcraft 3 mod. Counter-Strike was a mod. Some of the, Portal was an independent game. The person in their garage in some random town in America making a modification or their own game often has a better idea than the people who have the bazillion dollars to make a game, because the people who have the power and the money often they're paralyzed. The analysis paralysis is what we call it. So I'm hoping that we put our game out, we get feedback from users, eventually we let them mod it, and we find out what the next big thing is going to be from the mod community for this game. So we're not going to do it initially, but we want to work towards that.
Who inspired you to get into gaming? Because I feel like a lot of times when you hear the Kojimas and the Miyamotos of the world and stuff like that, I mean, like for this generation and growing, you're like the Miyamoto of a lot of people that's growing up now playing games and stuff like that. You're in that forefront. Who is the one that inspired you?
So first it was Miyamoto, because as a child I was hearing about this mysterious Japanese game designer who was inspired by exploring caves in Kyoto to make Zelda, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. And also hearing about the personal lives of these creatives was really cool, because you didn't see a lot of that. The person who really launched it into high gear for me was John Romero. John Romero was basically the co-creator of the first-person shooter genre in regards to Doom and Quake and all those games. Yeah. He was like the first rockstar game designer, and I used to look at him with his Ferraris and all the pretty girls he was hanging out with and be like, I want to be that guy. Screw that guy. I'm gonna take him down. And years later, of course, we're super close friends. But he was the first designer to kind of defy what people expect a creative in this business to look like or act like.
3 more questions, and we're gonna wrap this up because my man is busy. The next question, and I think this is real powerful, and I've been asking a lot of people this: what was your biggest fear that you managed to overcome in life that allowed you to be as great as you are today in producing these games and touching the world?
It's really important as you grow as a person to not give a crap what other people think about you.
Give me a hug, man. Give me a hug, please. You gotta hug it out. That meant a lot, especially to hear from you.
The thing is, haters are always going to hate you. They're always going to find something to say about you. And even me being in this business for over 20 years, I'm a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and it's one of those things. People love to talk crap about you, and the key is to just not listen to it and to be yourself and to not give in all the BS.
I love you. Like, I just do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now, the next question, VR. Now, what I want to ask you, I want to try to make this question a bit different and put a little spin to it. When it comes to VR, right, and the verticality of Lawbreakers, how would VR work in a world like this? Because everybody talk about motion sickness and how it feels. So, from a game developer standpoint, if you was to use VR, is there something you would do that will make sure that it's fun to use for a long period of time, even with that helmet on?
So if you were to just dump Lawbreakers into VR, it would be terrible. Like, you would get sick immediately, because the game is built for a keyboard and a mouse. It's built for a monitor, right? It's not built for VR. The best games for VR are going to be ones that are custom tailored and built for VR, right? Gotcha. So if we were to do a VR application, that's for Lawbreakers, it would be something that has cameras throughout the world where you can kind of look around, almost like, imagine the arena of Lawbreakers is like the Staples Center, and like a hockey or a basketball game or whatever's going on in there, and you're in the stands, or you're Jack Nicholson watching the Lakers courtside. Right. That would be the kind of experience we'd want to go for in VR. That said, I really like VR. I was fortunate enough to invest in Oculus from an early round. It was the greatest thing I've ever done, and I think it's going to happen, but it's a matter of, the funding needs to come around. A lot of these VR games feel like they're WarioWare, like they're just mini games. We need somebody needs to make a real, honest-to-God game for VR, and I think Sony's actually the one who's going to take the lead with that initially.
Wow, big words, man. Last question, man. Now, when it comes to Lawbreakers and its characters, the story, the world, the lore, and stuff like that, right? I was playing Injustice 2, and I was talking with Ed Boon, and I love the idea that every match, every time you play, you get something. And then I was thinking, like, yo, a game like Lawbreakers, if they had an element like that, would be sick. And I don't know no other game, not even Overwatch, they don't do it, where every match, okay, so for example, if let's say it's Batman versus Supergirl, every match you play, you get new armor, or you get new skins, or you get new powers, you get new every single match, online, offline, no matter what you do, you get something for it, and you level up. It's like an RPG fighter. I never seen nothing like this before, and I thought about Lawbreakers this because I love the verticality of the game, the characters. I mean, when you shoot it backwards and shit, that is crazy. Yo, yeah, that's my get a shot of that real quick, Carl. That's my guy right there.
That key art turned out great. So the thing is, that's progression, right? And so
I want to talk to you about progression.
So since we're kind of in our first alpha, which is on the 18th, it's this weekend. So you preload the game on Steam on the 16th. Go to lawbreakers.com. You can get a key, enter that in Steam, download the game, and jump online on the 18th. We don't have a lot of progression in the game yet. That said, so we're looking at having experience grinds. We're looking at having levels. We're looking at having cosmetics. And one of the things we're seriously considering is a system where the game's kind of $20 to $40 type of range. So it's not the $60 day one mentality a lot of these games have. What I call an impulse buy. And then because the game wasn't $60, maybe if we have a key and crate system, maybe you'll spend a few bucks on a key to open a crate so you can get a new outfit for your character, or a new skin for your weapon, or a new line of dialogue, those kinds of things. That's what we're really kind of targeting right now.
Yo, look, Cliff, man, God bless you. I know, listen, let me explain something to y'all real quick. What's up? Huh? Oh, he said possible cameo. If there was someone that you would love to have in the game as a guest character.
I may consider you.
Yo, that's it. We don't need to talk no more. Me, Hip Hop Gamer, I will shoot somebody's face. So that would be my tag team partner right there.
So it was from Jace Hall being friends with Ice-T, and then Ice-T saying he wanted to be in the game that led to Ice-T being in Gears 3. And now I have Ice-T doing the voiceovers for my last two trailers. Because he's got such a unique voice, like, this ain't Utopia. It's this Ice-T, right? And he's got so much charisma and such a presence about him that I'm kind of envisioning maybe he's kind of eventually coming into the world as kind of the Cyrus that united the gangs.
Yo, you know what I think? I think it'd be dope if you're a fan of Run DMC at all. It's still like that. DMC, because he have his own comic book and everything like that. That'd be dope. Look, people calling me. See, look, that right there. But listen, man, I think that is a phenomenal. I know you guys is about to go in the 18th when you get the alpha and stuff like that. Now, here's something I want to say. It's called alpha. Alpha. Not the finalized game.
It's gonna be broken. It's gonna be broken. It's gonna have issues. That's why you get on our forums, you tweet us, you yell at us, you tell us about what you like and don't like, and we'll panic at the studio and fix it.
Thank you so much for saying that, because these people are idiots sometimes. I don't get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I love y'all anyway.
You're getting it for free, So
and it's for free, so you can't go wrong.
Help us make a better game.
God bless. That's how we do it, man. So look, it's your boy Hip Hop Gamer, the legendary Cliff Blinitzky. Did I say that right?
Blazinski, it's okay.
Listen, I'm trying. I don't want to call you Cliffy B all the time because you probably get tired of that. So,
I go by Clifford now, like the big red dog.
Clifford. All right, we got Clifford here. He's a legendary icon, and I'm gonna tell you something. You see me walking around with a belt all the time. I might not be the only one. Stay tuned, and you guys have the power to make that happen. And we out of here, baby. Peace.